second grade Spring City. It's Mrs. Bowen. I'm your mystery reader today. I'm going to be reading Skippy-John Jones today. And as we're reading, I want you to think about how I'm reading it with my intonation. Okay, here we go. Skippy-John Jones by Judy Schachner. Every morning, Skippy-John Jones woke up with the birds. And this did not please his mother at all. "Get yourself down here right now, Mr. Kitten Britches," ordered Mama Junebug Jones. "No self-respecting cat ever slept with a flock of birds," she scolded, "or ate worms, or flew, or did his laundry in Mrs. Doohiggy's bird bath." The lecture went on and on as usual. "You've got to do some serious thinking before you leave this room, Mr. Fuzzy Pants," said his mother, "about just what it means to be a cat, not a bird, not a mouse or a grouse, not a moose or a goose, not a rat or a bat. You need to think about just what it means to be a Siamese cat. And stay out of your closet," she added, closing the bedroom door. But once he was alone, Skippy-John Jones began to bounce and bounce and bounce on his big boy bed. "Oh, I'm Skippy-John Jones, and I bounce on my bed, and once or 6 times I land on my head." On his way down to earth from a gigantic big bounce, Skippy-John Jones shot past his bedroom mirror. "Holy guacamole!" exclaimed Skippy-John Jones. "What was that?" So up he went again, and again it appeared. Then, using his very best Spanish accent, he said, "My ears are too big for my head. My head is too big for my body. I am not a Siamese cat. I am a Chihuahua." Back on land, Skippy-John Jones climbed into his toy box and rifled through some of his old junk. After he put on his mask and a sword and climbed onto his mouse, Skippy-John Jones began to sing in a muy soft voice. "My name is Skipito Frijito. I fear not a single bandito. My manners are mellow. I'm sweet like the jello. I get the job done, yes indeedo." Back in the kitchen, Jujubee, Jezebel, and Jillyboo Jones were helping Mama Junebug Jones make lunch. "Can Skippy-John come out of his room now?" asked Jujubee. "No," answered Mama Junebug Jones. "Mr. Fluffernutter is still thinking." In fact, Skippy-John Jones wasn't thinking about being a Siamese cat at all. With a walk into his closet, his thoughts took him down a lonesome desert road far, far away in old Mexico. Not long into his journey, a misterioso band of Chihuahuas appeared out of the dust. "Ay, caramba! Who goes there?" asked Skippy-John Jones. "We go by the name of the Los Chimichangos," growled Don Diego, the biggest of the small ones. "Who are you?" "I am El Skipito, the great sword fighter," said Skippy-John Jones. Then the smallest of the small ones spoke up. "Why the mosquito, dude?" asked Poquito Tito. "I go incognito," said Skipito. "Do you like rice and beans?" asked Pintolito. "See, I love mice and beans," said Skipito. "He might be the dog of our dreams," whispered Rosalita. "Perhaps," said Tia Mia, "if he knows the secret password." First, they had a fiesta. Then they took a siesta. But after waking up, the Chimichangos got down to serious business. Using his pawn, Don Diego drew a picture in the sand of the great Bumblebito for Skipito to see. A hush grew over the Chimichangos, so great that one could hear a whisker drop. "Alfredo Visito," whispered the crowd. "El Blimpo Bumblebito Bandito." "Sí," said Poquito Tito. "The banditos steal our frijoles." "Not your beans!" cried Skipito, outraged. "Sí," Poquito continued. "Red beans, black beans, Boston baked and blue, cocoa, coffee, kidney beans, and pinto and jelly too." "And now he comes for us," Poquito added. "Por qué?" asked Skipito. "Because we are full of beans too." Then Don Diego stood tall and in his most somber voice declared, Yo quiero frijoles. Huh? Asked Capito. The dude just wants his beans back, said Poquito Tito. And you are the dog for the job. Me? Asked Capito. Then all of the chimichangos turned towards Scipito, the great sword fighter. But poor Scipito had no time for a plan, because in the blink of an eye, a gigantic shadow darkened the landscape. The chimichangos scattered in all directions. Vamos, Scipito, or it is you the bandito will eato, they cried. Scipito stood his ground, but his legs shimmied and shook like the jello, and his teeth chattered like the castanets. Then in a muy soft voice he said, My name is Scipito Frisquito. I fear not a single bandito. But Alfredo Buzito flew straight for Scipito until the bean-eating bandito hovered only inches away from the great sword fighter's face. Holy frijoles, cried Scipito as he thrust his sword in the air. Suddenly, pop, went the bandito, landing on Scipito's sword, and quicker than one could say chihuahuas, cheese, and crackers, every kind of bean came spilling out of Alfredo Buzito, the bumblebeeto bandito. Then all the doggies burst into song. Yip, yip, yippito! Our hero is El Scipito. He's the dog of our dreams who delivered the beans, and now we can make our burritos. But back at home, there was such a ruckus coming from Skippy John Jones' room that Mama Junebug Jones and the girls just had to find out what was going on. They raced down the hall to the kitty boy's room. Banguito, Crashito, Papito, Scipito! Just in time to see Skippy John Jones' closet exploding. Then out flew Candy, beanbag doggies, and the kitty boy with his birthday piñata on his head. Skippy John Jones, everyone cried. Hola, muchachitas, he said in a muy soft voice. Mama Junebug Jones lifted up Skippy John and covered his head with furry, purry kisses. What am I going to do with you, Mr. Cocoa Pugs? She scolded. That night, when he was supposed to be going to sleep, Skippy John began to bounce on his big boy bed. Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones with a mind of my own, and I'll bounce on my bed for hours. I know I'm a cat, but forget about that. Say goodnight, Skippy John Jones, called his mama. Buenas noches, mis amigos, said Skippy John Jones. The